Coach, it's your first year as defense coordinator, and you just wrapped up your first scrimmage. What have you learned about your defense in this first week of camp?
Well, that they'll play hard. They'll play hard and they'll fight, and they're physical guys, very physical.
How different is it, I guess, from maybe position coach to calling the plays defensively?
Well, I've done it before at two different universities, so it's different here, but it's not my first time doing it. So just getting back accustomed to being the one that calls the plays.
Coach, last year obviously the defense played pretty well, throughout the season, the end of the season, and statistically. I know there's more than stats and stuff, but we asked Coach Wilson this. How much better can that? I know you got a lot of good players back, but I know every season's different and stuff. How much better can that defense be this year, you think?
I mean, statistically, being number 5 in a conference, number 5 in the nation, it's hard to top that.
Scoring defense,
scoring defense,
which is what counts, right?
That's right.
There's a point. That's how I checked it on the scoreboard.
Absolutely,
Right?
and which is our biggest stat is how many points goes on the board.
Yeah.
So all the other things, the yards, yards are yards, but at the end of the day, you play defense to stop it from scoring. So we're going to work towards that. That's our goal, is to do better than what we did the year past. But that's kind of what we're looking at.
What are you trying to build up? What did that? I know you worked at DC last year, but obviously you were aware, obviously, what's going on. What are you trying to build on from what they did last year? Besides the stats, what did they do well that you want to say? Hey, we got to build.
What we did well was stop from scoring, but get off the field. Just want to be able to get off the field and play better third down defense. Give our offense an opportunity to get more plays in for themselves.
What about the back end? Coach talked about that. He's a front 7 is pretty doggone solid. But
right.
He said, I want a 10. Today, they think they went after your DBs.
Absolutely, which was good. When you lose 2 starting corners and a starting free safety, there's some guys that I'm not going to say inexperienced, but they don't have a lot of time on the job. So we want to know before September the 1st exactly what they need to work on, what they can improve on.
Coach, I heard a couple of players on your unit the last week or so were saying that I think you're allowing them a little more freedom to make calls at the line of scrimmage. Was that by design? Did you and Coach Wilson talk about that coming into this year, or is that sort of just more a factor of you've got older players like Josiah, take it as a quarterback, and he's getting probably more experience at that. Is it Josiah getting a little more experience at that, or is it you and Frank just decided to tweak that a little bit?
A little bit of both, and Josiah's played a lot of football, so and been in the system, going into his 3rd year, so he's an extension of us on the field, so he kind of knows what's going to happen, and he's mature enough and he's smart enough, and he can handle making some in-game adjustments.
Is he getting pretty good at that now?
He's getting really, really, really good at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is it? Is it just a matter of playing game after game after game? Is that where it comes from?
Absolutely. Game after game, and just getting really, really comfortable. And it comes with a lot of film study. He studies a lot of film, and he knows what's going to happen, and he can put us in the best position possible to stop that play.
How valuable is it to have a guy like that now? He was just feeling his way. As good as he was a couple years ago, he was kind of just feeling his way in that respect. How much of an impact could that have on the defense as a whole, that you've got a guy out there that's kind of a take charge?
I mean, it's really good. I mean, experience is tough, to replace. So when you have a guy that's played a lot and seen a lot of football, it's valuable.
Now, do you have like, say, on your D line and in your second, do you have a guy like Josiah in your secondary and also one on your D line, or are you having guys?
Well, on the D line, you have a Kevin Strong who's played a lot of football, and he's been in a lot of battles, so he's just as experienced as Josiah. So if Josiah can say something to the front, he can relay it across, and he knows, or he can look back and say, "Hey, Joe, look at this, and let's work together." So they work hand in hand with a lot, and then with Banks, he's been playing for 3 years as well.
Right.
Balin Baker have been playing for 3 years, so those guys are really, really experienced. So you're not going to fool them much.
You like the way Josiah? We talked Coach about that. He likes his weight. He got a little heavy last year, and he got a little dinged up.
That's right.
So now he's playing. He's trying to get him down to 235, probably with game time. The lights come on and stuff. Can you tell me just the way he's evolved and how he's developed, and what makes us besides the experience? It's just the guy just seems to have those instincts. Even when he was
Yeah.
a freshman, like Jerry was saying,
Right.
playing feeling him so around, he always wound up with the ball. It wasn't.
I mean, something you can't coach. Just great instincts. Has just great instincts. He kind of has a nose for the ball. You know, you hear it a lot, but it's actually true in his case. You know, he just knows where to find the ball, and a lot of that comes from playing a lot of sports. You know, he's an excellent basketball player, so you can see all of his transitions, short area quickness. You can see it on a football field as well as on a basketball court. So that's kind of where it all comes from.
Did you all talk to him about his weight a little bit? Did you all say this summer wants to kind of, or is that something he took on himself?
Well, we talk about it and we say, well, where do you feel you can play best, and what's your best weight that you can carry, you know, to play through a full game at full speed. And so right now he's probably about 3 to 4 pounds or 5 pounds more than what he wants to be. But that's gonna, by the end of camp, he'll be exactly where we want him to be for
I was
September
watching your
1st.
defensive line warm up the other day, and it seems like there's a lot of talent in that room with that group. Can they be better? Is it weird that they can be better without a Marcus Davenport this year?
Well, no, no, I won't say better, but what we want to do is you can't replace him, Marcus, but we're going to try to replace him with numbers, with many. So we want to get the same production that Marcus gave us, but it may not be from one guy. It may be from several guys.
And what does that do, Coach, when you have Marcus Davenport, or 14-player overall pick and stuff? What does that do to the rest of the fellas in the locker room? That's got to give them a little bit of.
It gives them something to aim for. You know, you can speak on it, but
It's possible,
it's
right?
possible now. And you see one of your teammates that you sat beside in the locker room that you went through off-season training and summer conditioning with, and they're where you want to be. So it's for real. It's not just, hey, NFL is a possibility. It's for real. And when you see it happen.
How much something like that Davenport going in the draft? Like you said, being number 5 defense scoring last year, and then kind of as far as the program, kind of visions and players, hey, this is where we can be. You know, a big school you want to play at to get the kid to come from across the country.
Well, you know, everyone in the nation watches the NFL draft. So whenever you watch the NFL draft and you see University of Texas, San Antonio, you know, first-round draft pick, it's for real. So all the high school players, all the high school coaches, they're watching the exact same thing. And they see it and they say, well, why not UTSA? Why not?
So it's kind of been a deal where maybe open a few more doors to kids.
It does. It does. It lets them know that all their dreams and all their goals can be reached when they come right here.
Social recruiting too, obviously. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.